Hello ladies and gentlemen to another low-level Starcraft 2 game casted by myself, Osborne. I'll be bringing you this TVZ matchup on the Abyssal Caverns, I believe this is what it's called? Yeah, it's the Abyssal Caverns. If anyone is wondering why I sound a little bit different today, it's because I just got a new microphone and I am so effing excited that I had to take a game from one of my friends. I'm not going to tell you which one it is because I don't want to tell you who wins, because I'm going to tell you my friend wins, and that's just how it is. In the west corner of the map we have Eurus. He is playing Zerg. He is red. On the east hand side, the southern eastern part of the map, we have MATIMAN, and he is blue Terran. For now we've just got a standard build, the extractor trick coming down for Eurus. This map has one Xel'Naga cavern directly to the north and south. We've got little passages with trees that block line of sight. Farther to the north and south of each, we've got destructible rocks, and then even farther north and south, a little bit off center, we've got two expansions. Gold expansions in between these two main bases that are spawn points. But this is cross spawn, so these gold bases should be taken fairly early considering the distance between both of them, and it should just be a pretty good standard macro match. I don't see any cheeses coming. Should be a good long one, settling in for the long haul. In comes Eurus's drone to take a little bit of a scouting information. He's gonna see that barracks coming up. Nothing too surprising yet. Let's see if he gets control of that thing. Oh, he's blocked, so he has to turn around. He's gonna go right past that SCV, and he's gonna get a whole mess of scouting information. No gas for MATIMAN at the moment. Oh boy. Command center not going into a orbital command just quite yet. Still making some more SCVs. Gonna try and get a little bit of ahead in the worker count, I assume. I don't really understand what's going on. Little bit of chat going on in the game. Oh, that drone goes down. He was trying to punch that SCV, that supply depot, into submission, but that SCV came up behind him and just used that little drill that he uses for mining and just went bzzz, dead. Not a second expansion, but an expansion into the natural of MATIMAN for this point. At this point, no expansion for our Zerg friend yet, and no orbital command. I should probably tell everyone that this is not a gold league, I'm sorry. This is a bronze league matchup, so neither of these players have had too much experience with either RTSs in general or just Starcraft. So it's going to be a little bit strange. You're not going to see any build orders, you're not going to see anything too fancy. You're just going to see straight up trying to get a win, trying to play it as best of their ability. They don't have that much, but, and I don't want to say this because my friend is playing, but there you go. No expansion for the Zerg yet. Still, that this command center is about 3/4 of the way finished, and he's going to just transfer all of these workers. There's not that many workers, and there's that one mule from the orbital command that he just warped in. He just transformed into. Queen getting some pretty low energy. No creep spread at the moment, though. I think the reason that the Zerg didn't expand very early is because he might be afraid of cheesing, which is extremely common in the lower leagues, especially Bronze League. So you can't really blame him for that. It might not be the best idea. You might want to try and get that hatchery, even if, you know, for some reason you see him, you going into scout. I mean, he was going no gas, straight up SCVs, so he was probably trying to do a 2 racks expansion as much as a bronze player can try and do that. In the meanwhile, though, we do have that expansion coming up finally for Eurus. He has a Zergling in the middle of the map, taking control of that Xel'Naga watchtower with another Zergling running around, making sure there's no ninja expansions. Overlord coming around, trying to get behind his SCV mineral line, see if he can't sneak in later on in the game. This green blueprint thing for the Terran has been up there for a while, and he just now cancels it. It must have been like, build this and then build something else. For anyone who doesn't know, you can just select more than one SCV and just hold down shift, click a whole bunch of stuff, and they'll do it individually. And if you have more SCVs than buildings, the SCVs will just continue what they were doing, so it's not really that big of a deal. Baneling Nest coming up for Eurus. So we're going to see a whole ton of banelings because I don't see any other tech coming up. It's going to be straight up Zergling baneling. Speaking of which, 4 Zerglings coming out. Pneumatized Carapace for the Overlords, that'll increase their speed. Coming up for MATIMAN, seems to be building some tanks, some SCVs. Got that refinery coming up finally. That factory, I hope he gets careful with that because that can get those tanks can get blocked in very easily. I've seen it many times where they're just not thinking about their layout, and all of a sudden you've got 4 tanks stuck in the middle of somewhere. You got to lift off, let them out, and then do a whole bunch of other stuff, and it's just a nasty little thing to do all the time. But the army count is in favor of MATIMAN. There's 8 minutes in the game, only 11 army supply for one and 4 for the other, just with those 8 Zerglings. Worker supply, though, in the favor of MATIMAN, just from that one expansion that he's got up, and those 2 mules are definitely going to increase his mineral production almost double of Eurus's, and the gas is doubled as well because of those 2 refineries he has. I believe he's got more than 3 on that refinery right here. He has 4. That's indeed correct. He's queuing up some SCVs, but that's Bronze League, so that's not too much of a surprise. But he is supply block, which is not good. You do not want to be supply block ever. Baneling Nest, Baneling Speed not coming up quite yet. Spawning Pool, Zergling Speed has been up for a while, of course. Zergling Speed very important if you want to do a Zergling heavy or a melee heavy build, even with roaches, because if you want those Zerglings to be able to surround your opponent so that they cannot escape, so those banelings and roaches can come in and wreak horrible damage upon them. As everyone should know, Zerglings only cost about 25 minerals each, so you lose a couple Zerglings and take out the entire forest, you're well on your way to winning this game as a Zerg player. Good spread from Eurus to keep control of the map. Has a Overlord on 2 expansions. I believe this one's here just to make sure that there's no drops, as well as this one over here on the west side. So good coverage. Speaking of which, you got an Overseer that was warped in. He's going to come in and he's going to put corruption on that starport. I don't know why he would do that because I don't believe that does anything. But that is going to supply block Eurus, and he cancels the starport. What? Why would you do that? Oh no. MATIMAN, what are you doing? Why would you cancel the starport? It's just contaminated. It doesn't do anything unless you're trying to build something. Oh, unless I'm mistaken, that is just silly. And even here, 3 supply depots with the extra supplies dropped down. I guess he just didn't want to wait for that. He had extra energy in his orbital command. He was like, you know what? Mules are okay, but I don't want to be supply blocked. Meanwhile, these SCVs seem to be oversaturated just a little bit. He should probably transfer them over down to the natural. Eurus just, I believe, droning up, but no drones being produced. The Spire coming up in 22 Zerglings. He is going heavy army right now. If he attacked right now, I think he would, oh no, there's 3 siege tanks just kind of chilling here. And look what I said, there's a tank that's stuck here. Fortunately, it's just with a supply depot, so you can easily lower it and let it out. But if he comes in and just does a run by with these Zerglings, all these SCVs are going to get taken out. And those siege tanks, they don't care if there's a Zergling or an SCV right next to that Zergling. They're going to kill it, and they're going to do massive damage to both the Zergling and the SCV with the splash. 4 harvesters on each? On all of them. Wow, that's... You don't like to see that. By the way, people, if you're watching this game, you're like, why is he doing this? I have no idea. The maximum amount of SCVs you want on any one patch or refinery is 3. So you want about 32 on each, because there's about 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 8. So yeah, 30. 30 is where you want to be because you got the 8 mineral patches and then the 2 refineries, unless you're doing the gold, in which case you want, I believe, 24, because you just take 2 mineral patches out. In any case, we've got banelings on the move, or on the way, I should say. There's some banelings and some Zerglings just kind of chilling out there. Baneling speed about 20 seconds away from being done. 3 drones coming up. Not a whole lot of drones from our Zerg player. I think he needs to learn to drone up just a little bit more, a little bit faster, because He's spending his minerals very well. His mineral count is very low. It's a very, very good thing for a gold, or not a gold, a bronze league player. I don't know why I keep mixing up gold and bronze. It's because I'm in gold now. I just got promoted. I'm pretty excited about it. Can be the only explanation I can think of, guys, because I don't know. There's a scan coming down, looking at that macro hatchery. There's that extra queen, and there's that overlord just kind of spewing out creep for no real reason in particular. A massive baneling is coming down here, sitting right outside that base. So if he tries to move without attacking, if MATIMAN does, that is, if he just tries to move out without attacking, he will get completely destroyed by everything that is outside this base. Those banelings do massive damage. Though MATIMAN is getting a whole ton of upgrades for his tanks. I believe he already has 1-1 for the Marines. Yes, he does. As well as combat shield and stim. He has about, I want to say, 4 barracks. 4 barracks, 1 reactor, and 1 tech lab. We got a starport with a reactor as well, but only building 1 medevac. 3 Vikings. I think he is scared of a potential Mutalisk attack, and Vikings do pretty well against Mutalisks, even though those Mutalisks can take down a lot of things really fast with that area of effect attack. Finally transferring some of his SCVs down to his natural. I believe it's about time that they would need to expand, because they're going to run out of minerals pretty soon, and they don't want to be stuck at, you know, 1 mining base. That is not where you want to be. And as I say that, we've got Holy Missile Turrets Batman. That is 8 missile turrets coming up to prevent any kind of Mutalisk attack. Unfortunately, there are no Mutalisks, only Zergling and Banelings, and unfortunately they will destroy everything without any kind of recompense. They just run in there, kill everything, and run back out. I believe Eurus has the right idea, though, going for the gold base. That is going to be extremely helpful. There are Mutalisks on the field, but they are not doing anything in the battle at the moment. Just a whole bunch of Zerglings and Banelings being brought in. Hatchery going to be upgraded to a layer, I believe. What is this hatchery doing? Is it? Oh, it's just a hatchery for the expansion. I'm not paying attention apparently. Infantry weapon level 2 coming up for his Marines. Gonna send down a Zergling. It's like, oh, look at all this. This is interesting. I'm gonna take a few nibbles at that. Oh, and here comes all the Zergling and Banelings. They're just going to destroy everything in here. Don't focus on that. All these SCVs are going to get caught out of position. Oh, he might be able to take out this. Oh, but he cancels it. Well done by MATIMAN to cancel that just in time. Those Zerglings are going to come and try and take out that 1 SCV, but I don't think he's going to get it now, and it's taken out by the bunker. But this base has been denied, and he's going to take out all of these SCVs that were just idling after they built those missile turrets. The refineries are going to go down. Missiles are going to go down. That's about almost 1,000 minerals that went down right there, including the SCVs, which might even out the worker count. Yes, almost completely even now for the worker count. And as you know, Zerg has a very, very easy time getting in the lead once he is anywhere near you. More Banelings coming in. That is a lot of Banelings. 33 Banelings coming in, and he's going to try and rush it right into the base. That's not going to work very well because there's 2 siege tanks in range plus a bunker, and that's not going to work. Oh my gosh, the Banelings are going to get torn up. Bunker goes down, goes in, and he kills a few Marines, and he takes out the tank, but not a very effective use of Banelings there. He does make MATIMAN think twice about moving out and trying to go out again and maybe try and dissuade him from expanding, but that was not a very good mixture of death for those Banelings. That was not good. And it looks like those SCVs are going to go try, and they are not dissuaded. They're going to try and make another command center, make another refinery, and retry this one because he needs to expand right about now. He should probably try and do a double up on this base, or maybe even into the gold, but he hasn't destroyed the rocks yet. Meanwhile, Eurus's base on the gold is not fully saturated, but it is up and running with a queen and everything. Overlord there, just for, you know, the hell of it, because he can. He likes hanging out. He likes being included. Massive, massive upgrades for MATIMAN. He's not making that many units, but his upgrades are going to be very, very good. Upgrades for the Zerglings are 1 and 2, so not bad upgrades for Eurus either. Zerg Ground Carapace level 2 coming up as well. And this base is going to come up, I believe. All those medevacs are going to be able to easily get and go in there and heal all of these Marines, so if there's another attack, but there are Mutalisks on the way, and just ironically, there are no missile turrets